Just like menstruation, vaginal hygiene or feminine hygiene is a taboo subject to be talked about in the open in some countries like India, Canada, Zimbabwe, and so many other countries. That is why so many women tend to refrain from talking about this topic or sharing these topics in the public or in the open. But however, it is very important to know how to maintain a very good hygiene lifestyle and know how to take care of your reproductive organs and your genitals in order to be healthy. So let's try as much as possible to share this video in order to create awareness, especially in the life of the young growing teenagers. So here are some few tips I'm going to be sharing to you guys on how to maintain a very good feminine hygiene.
Baby, you are my life. 你点亮我的爱 Forever shine 命中注定的安排
Hey guys, my first tip is to change your sanitary pad or your tampons regularly or at intervals depending on your flow. Okay, if you're a heavy flow individual, like you see your period in a heavy way, it's advisable to change your tampons or your pad every 3 to 4 hours. But if you're a light flow individual or a normal flow person, it's advisable to change your pads or your tampons every 4 to 6 hours. And then for those using the materials or the reusable materials, it's advisable to always wash those materials and dry it properly. Emphasis on drying it properly. Please allow it to dry very before you make use of it again. This is because wearing of your sanitary pads or tampons for a very longer period of time can lead to skin rashes, or it can also bring about the infections that we're talking about, the genital infections, and it can lead to a very bad oozing odor. So let's try as much as possible to always change our tampons or our pad at regular intervals depending on the kind of flow you always have as an individual. Okay, my second tip or my next point is cleaning your vagina before and after sexual intercourse. It's more advisable to always have a warm water bath before indulging in any sexual intercourse, and then after having your sexual intercourse, it's very much advisable to urinate or ease yourself. This is to prevent urinary tract infections. And then after doing that, you have to take a shower or have a clean bath. And while doing this, remember to always wash your vagina properly, wash it with just water. Avoid using other substances, which I'm going to be mentioning in my next point. So it is advisable to wash your vagina or dandier with water because fluid and particles from the condom can cause irritation. So this brings me down to my next point. Avoid using soap or any scented feminine hygiene products to wash your vagina. This is because the vagina itself is a self-cleansing organ, so it cleanses itself on its own. You don't need to use any external product like soap or your feminine hygiene product like we all have all over the places to wash your vagina. It can cause a whole lot of harm to the vagina without even you knowing. The vagina has its own pH that ranges between 3.8 to 5.0, which is moderately acidic. So introducing other external products like the soap or scented feminine products, which I already mentioned, can alter that pH balance, and it can lead to irritation, and from irritation you can easily get infection or you can cause yourself some damages without knowing. So please, let's always abstain from using external products like soap or any scented products to always wash our vagina. The best way to wash your vagina is just with water only. The vagina will do the self-cleansing on its own. Don't stuff in products into that vagina. This brings me down to my next point, which is avoid douching. Okay, what is douching? Douching is the process of intravaginal cleansing with liquid solution, or is a device that flushes up water into the vagina to clean the vaginal secretion. Please, let's avoid douching. Why? I already said this earlier on, that the vagina is a self-cleansing organ. You don't need all of these things. Note, there is no evidence that douching prevents you from sexually transmitted infections or any vaginal infection. So why indulge in it? And remember that the process of douching involves the use of certain chemicals, because definitely those liquid solutions contains chemicals, and those chemicals can easily alter your pH balance or the vaginal pH balance. This can alter the normal vaginal bacteria called the lactobacillus. So let's just avoid douching because it has not proven to stop you from getting any form of disease. So I still maintain my stand that the best way to clean your vagina is just with the use of only water. The vagina is already a self-cleansing organ. It will do its work. So avoid stuffing external products into your vagina to clean it. It doesn't help. It doesn't work. All right, my next point is learn to wipe the right way. What do I mean by wiping the right way? after urinating or easing yourself, how you wipe your vagina is very, very important. We should always wipe the right way, and which is from the front to the back. What do I mean from front to the back? From your vagina to your anus. That is the right way to wipe your vagina or your down there after easing yourself. If you should do the inverse, or if you should do the other way, that's from your anus to the vagina, you can easily bring bacteria from the back, that's from your anus, into your vagina without knowing. So it's not advisable to wipe that way. The right way to wipe is from your front to the back, from your vagina to your anus. So we should stick to wiping the right way. It's going to do us a whole lot of good, and it's going to help to avoid a lot of vaginal infections. My next point, or my next tip, is avoid wearing tight underwears or clothing. This is because research has it that the suitable underwears to wear, underwears that are made from breathable fabrics like cottons, because it allows air circulation easily. But wearing synthetic underwears or very tight underwears is going to bring about low air circulation, and low air circulation around your vagina area can bring about the growth of bacteria and yeast, causing irritation, and it can easily lead to infection. So we should always abstain from wearing tight underwears. The best or suitable underwears to wear are the cotton underwears, because it can easily allow air pass through, and more especially it can absorb whatever substance that the vagina is going to be producing, or the vagina is going to be taking out of the body. That is why it is more advisable to always put on your cotton underwears. Okay, my next tip is do not shave your pubic hair completely. Emphasis on the completely, because I won't ask you not to shave your pubic hair at all, but my point is don't make it too smooth. Why? Because those pubic hair have their own personal function and personal use. Those hairs around there, they act as safety nets to protect the vulva. So shaving it completely is just going to like expose the vulva to so many bacteria and all, which isn't going to be doing your vagina or your health a whole lot of good. So it's advisable to always trim your pubic hairs, not shaving this completely. Yes, leave some, because they act as safety nets to protect your vulva. Okay, my next tip is keeping your underwears dry, because after urinating or after easing yourself, if you don't wipe down there and you wear your undies back, it's going to wet your underwear. Like the remnants of the urine is going to wet your underwear, and once it does that, it's going to produce an offensive odor. I am not joking. So please try as much as possible to always wipe your down there, your vagina, after urinating. Always wipe, and I've told you the best way to wipe, from your front to the back. Don't do the inverse. So once you're done urinating, try as much as possible to always wipe down there in order to keep your underwears dry, and also to avoid offensive smell and offensive odor, because you can easily pass someone and then that person is going to praise it's urine. Urine smells like. So try as much as possible to always wipe your under. If you're not okay, if you have availability to running water, you can always wash down there after urinating. But my point is, let it be always dry. Like your underwear should always be dry, because if your underwears are wet, aside from the fact that it can always produce a smelly or offensive odor, it can also give that humidity around it, can also cause the breeding of yeast or bacteria, leading to infection. So we should try as much as possible to always keep our underwears dry for our own good. Yeah. Okay, my next tip is do not ignore signs of vaginal infections, and please don't try self-medications. If you notice your vagina is itchy, if you notice any abnormal discharge, because definitely the vagina is always going to have discharges, it's going to discharge, but if you notice any abnormal kind of discharge, this discharge is kind of smelling, it's not looking nice, like, don't ignore it, and don't give yourself self-medication. Always try to visit the gynecologist. Like, I don't really know, most times we practice home remedies like washing our vagina with baking soda, like so many things I can't even imagine, and it's not really good, because you don't even know if that you're harming yourself or you're even doing yourself good. So it is very advisable, once you notice any slight change in your body, it's your body, so you should know when things are going south, you should know when things are going wrong. So once you notice that there is something off about your body, your discharge is abnormal, you're always getting offensive odor, you're always getting irritations, you're always itching down there, please try as much as possible to go see a gynecologist. And please don't give yourself any self-medication. Don't treat yourself. Don't treat yourself by going to the gynecologist. But my point is, don't go and do all this home remedy and all of these things. You don't know the one that's going to harm you. You don't know the one that's going to do you good. So it's advisable, or it's best advisable, to always go see the gynecologist. Okay, my last point is practice safe sex. emphasis on safe sex. This is because there are so many individuals out there with STIs, gonorrhea, syphilis. It is not written on the forehead. You don't know them just by looking at them. So it is much more advisable to always practice safe sex if you aren't sure of your partner. Use your condoms while having sex, and please, if you're practicing raw without the condom, make sure that you're sure of your partner, because STIs are real, HIV/AIDS is real. So please, let's stay safe out there. Let's try and practice safe sex, and let's try and always take care of our body, because I feel like health is wealth. So if you can't take care of your body, you can't enjoy this life very well. There's nothing to it. So please try as much as possible to always practice feminine hygiene. Try as much as possible to always practice the vaginal hygiene especially. And let's try as much as possible to always create this awareness by sharing this video and making sure that it gets to the right people, especially the growing teenagers. As we've come to the end of today's video, I hope you guys learned one or two things from this video, and please let's not forget to share this video so that it can get to the right target audience. You don't know who might be needing this video, you don't know who it might come in handy for. So yeah, please don't forget to share this video, and most importantly, if you've not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification button so whenever I post a new video, you are going to be notified. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. Comment whatever you think I missed out or something you think I should talk about in my next video. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next vlog, my next video. I love you all. Bye.